who are facilitating us from this school. A big thank you to all because for the past 2 days we have been with you all, and I'm sure all my friends will agree that we are having a good stay. You are very hospitable, sir, you and your team. Thank you so much. So, happy parenting. I'm not here to teach you parenting, and I'm nobody to teach. I'm here just to, brush up things that you already know. I'm not going to teach you anything because parenting is different for different children, different parents. Like how all of us say, each child is unique. So, similarly, each parent is unique. Each style of parenting is also unique. So, just if I'm allowed to go back 50 years, if we all remember, 50 years ago, all of us had 5 siblings, 6 siblings, 7 siblings at home, right? And then, if there was one sibling who didn't do well, the parents were okay. There are other 5 who will take the clan ahead. Even if the second one didn't do well, there are 3 more, right? So the parents then did not pressurize on our studies. They were happy parenting us, and we as children were also happy because we had our grandparents with us who always told us stories. We had uncles, aunts, cousins. It was a family of around 15 to 16 people. So we all were happy. And we got to learn lots of things, not only from our parents, from our uncles, aunts, grandparents. There was lots to learn. And not to forget the stories, the bedtime stories by grandparents, right? And I'm sure most of your grandparents have fed you also. They had the time to feed you. If you did not want to eat, you threw a tantrum. And then the grandmother was always there to feed you in the story, wipe your tears, give you that emotional balance that you require. But now, sadly, there are only 2 people who look after the child, the mother, the father. And even they are working, even they don't have time for the child. So that's when parenting or a requirement for a parenting workshop or a parenting technique or a style comes in. I'm sure 50 years ago there were no styles of parenting. Parenting was parenting. You looked after your child to make that child a good citizen of the country with all the manners and the habits. It just came. Because they were elders at home, we had to respect them. So the habits came by themselves. And because we had elder sisters and brothers who were taught how to sit, how to eat, not make noise, girls are not supposed to laugh loud, come back by 6 in the evening, all these rules were followed by our elder siblings, and then we started following. But now there's no question of elder sibling or younger sibling. There's only one child. And that child, we literally pressure cook the child. Because we have one child, we want that child to be good in studies, good in sports, very eloquent, a good orator, a good sports person, well behaved, to eat well, sleep well, get up on time, go to school on time, get good marks. Oh my God, we are pressurizing the child. So that is when the requirement of parenting arises. I'll just go through the slides fast. I won't exceed my 10 minutes. So, happy parenting is a combination of spending time. The spending time part was done by our grandparents, which we as parents have to do now. It's also to take in concern the needs of our children. Nowadays, as parents, what we do is, the child asks for something, you don't have time, give it. Mobile especially, and other things also. There is no value for money. If I say that, I think you all will feel bad. But there's actually no value for money, because the moment the child asks something, even before he has finished asking, it's already in their hands. That, I think, should be stopped, which we as children, we never got that facility from our parents. We had to literally beg and plead, and then we could get it. And also the tools required. We as parents also should give them the tools to grow, to succeed. It's not enough if we are working outside earning lots of money, but the etiquettes, the tools for them to become a successful citizen. That also is our responsibility. So, is raising kids a hard job? If you treat it as a job, yes, it is hard. But if you think that nurturing a child is natural, it's inborn in us. Because if we see the outside world, all of us watch Discovery and National Geographic, even animals bring up their children. And we, humans, Homo sapiens, are a bigger animal. animal, a larger animal, the most intelligent animal. So we don't have to be taught how to parent, right? But sadly, parenting is required. So who are happy parents then? Aren't we happy parents? Of course, all of us are happy, but are we happy parents? So what is happy parenting? Happy parenting is accepting your child. Accepting that yes, my child is throwing tantrums. Yes, my child is not good in math, my child is good in English. Yes, my child is a good sports person but a zero in studies. But that doesn't happen. Since we all have only one child, we feel that that child has to get marks also, play also, like how I said earlier. So that's why we are not happy. We are not happy parenting. They are not happy learning. They are not happy bringing up. The moment we realize, accept our children, they are also happy, we are also happy. There's always a silver lining for a cloud, and we should always remember that. Because they're children, they are going to make mistakes. The moment we realize that imperfection also has perfection in it, we grow, they grow with us. So, do happy parents do anything differently? No, nothing at all. They make sure that they are happy, the child is happy, like how I said. So, simple raising children? Not at all. And with the technology which is spilling oil in all our efforts, bringing up children is not at all an easy job. But make every minute of your life count if you think of this. Every time you're with the children, think that this is maybe for today this is the last moment that I'm being with my child, let me do everything good for my child. Games and screen time. Whenever I do parenting in my school or whenever I go for CBSE workshops, most parents say, how do we get them off the mobiles? Simple. You gave the mobile, you take it away. Nobody else came and gave it. It's your house, you are the one who has to mend your child. Nobody from outside, the teacher from his or her home will not come to your home and take the mobile off your child. You gave it, you take it away. You were the one who put the habit to your child, right? But this screen time can also be useful if the parent sits with the child and plays games. We've got a lot of word games. Just now Sir was talking about Wordsworth. So if the parents can install the Wordsworth at home, it's got a lot of word games. I have it in my school and we recommend it to our parents. Parents play at home with their children. Screen time is there, but still your child is learning words. So if the parents can use it usefully that way. Quality time with learning. Try to say, do not say no. When you say no to a child, the child is learning to say no to another situation. So make sure you're always saying yes. Whenever you say yes, or put no differently. Suppose the child says, can we play now? Now I'm a little busy now. Can we play later? You finish your homework. By then even I'll free myself, we can play later. But what happens usually, we are so tired after we come back from our work, we just say no, not now. And that no is what the child is also learning to say. So what if no can be reframed positively? I'm sure. You all will say, is it possible to stay positive always? Yes, we can be positive always. At least we can try to. Empathy. Empathy is one thing, though all of us talk about IQ, EQ and all sorts of Qs. But when it comes to teaching empathy to our children, we forget. Small things like there's a maid at home, she requires money. In front of the child we say, no, I'm giving you your salary, I can't give you extra money. You're not understanding that maid's pain. So this is not creating empathy in your children. Empathy, give them empathy, teach them empathy, take them to orphanage, take them to an old age home, show them that there are so many people who do not have food to eat, who are pain, understand their pain. Do not be rigid. When you're rigid, there's no scope of growth for the children. They don't grow. Be flexible with the children. Make sure you tell them, okay, I'm giving you half an hour today, but then if you want another half an hour today, you have to sacrifice your tomorrow's half an hour of TV or game or whatever. So that way you are in a win-win situation where the child understands that my parent is flexible with me, but also loves me. That's why he or she is giving me that extra time that I want, gives me what I want. Involve adventures. If you see, like just now ma'am was talking, she came with a jingle and all that. The children like such adventures and stuff, you know. Even when we are teaching in the home, we don't have to teach in the hall or or in the living room. We can take them to the balcony and teach them. We can teach them in the garden. We can do their homework with them in the garden. They love adventures. Take them on a holiday. Take them on a holiday once a month. If not any far place, take them to a picnic. A park near your place. That's also adventure for them. Play with them. That's also adventure. Like how I said earlier, I'm nobody to give you instructions. I'm just brushing away whatever you already know, and maybe because of our busy lives, dumped up under the other priorities that you all have. Teach them gratitude. Gratitude. Be grateful for what God has given you. There's so many people in the world who don't have one meal a day, and God has given you 2 meals, 3 meals a day. Learn them to be grateful. Thank. Not all strangers are bad. I don't know, many people will not agree with this, but I always taught my children that it's okay to speak to strangers. Because in my profession, I've always spoken to strangers. The teachers who come every year are strangers. The parents who come every year are strangers. When we go to workshop, we meet so many people, they are strangers. So it's okay to talk to strangers. All strangers are not bad. I have always taught this to my children, and both of them are successful enough. They know where their limits are. They understand who is bad, who is good. That intuition should be there in children. Respect each other. Many parents fight in front of the children. You're not respecting yourself, your child also will not respect you. The same happens with teachers. Teachers, when they enter classrooms, they fight in front of the children. Whatever you have, whatever your fights, go to the staff room, after the period, fight however you can. Catch one of each other, say hit each other, beat each other, fight. But not in front of the children. Last, like I already said, accept imperfection. I've got few more slides, but time's up and I don't want to take away others' time. Thank you for the patient listening.